So, today there might be a little less background noise because it's finally starting to get a little too cold to keep my fan on. It's about 40 degrees outside, and not only does the heat not travel to my room very well, but my room is also in, the temperature in my room fluctuates the most out of the house. So it's either the coldest or the hottest, depending on the time of year, which is always fun to deal with. So yeah, today the fan's off. I've been told it doesn't pick up on has background noise in the first place, but today it really won't. Anyway, we're here. Off stream, I did a couple things. I just went around to go pick up items where I knew they were, including making a little bit of progress into areas we haven't been to on stream to pick up some Titanite chunks, specifically so we could upgrade our axe to +10. So our axe is finished. It won't be getting any better. That being said, even though I've lit a couple extra bonfires, I'm not going to be using them. I'm going to travel through areas like I normally would, and keeping in mind some areas I normally just run through anyway. So that's not me taking away an experience from the stream. That's me playing normally. I also discovered that I haven't been reading these properly. This Great Shield doesn't block 100% physical, so it's trash. Okay. Let's go do the optional thing first. Yeah, there's complete silence during loading screens now. The TV isn't picking up, the fan's not picking up. It's spooky. I should have played Soma like this, but that's a fun sound. +10, baby! I don't think I've ever seen those drop. They have better poise. The fashion's still good enough, and we're under the heavy roll limit, so I'm gonna wear these. Full disclosure, This is just one of the areas I went into and grabbed some items. Specifically this Estus shard. These fire bombs. All of the items down there. I think there was a poison gem over there. But that's it. So if you remember from earlier in the game, these monsters are incredibly weak to fire. So much so that just me waving it around and hitting them with a torch will kill them. Will cause enough pain to freak them out. Plus 10 life. And this is the kind of damage we can do when we, you know, have a bunch of buffs working together. Ooh, didn't pick that one up. So we got deep protection to give us a little more damage. We got lightning blade to buff our weapon. We got a plus 10 weapon to just be a badass in general. And we take those. Okay. I'm gonna go deal with that guy first. These elevators are out of position because I've been here before and didn't send them back. Honestly, you'd have to be pretty crazy to try to jump off a moving elevator like that. Okay, that guy won't be a problem now. Oh, I missed an item. Okay, so this guy's not very bright. But that's fine, we don't need him to be. I was about to say, really? No item? Double ow. I should probably just block. Get that off. Sounds great in there. Oh yeah, just taking that off would be a bad idea. Wow, he's being really annoying. Okay, so I'm hoping the lightning damage on this helps out a bunch. God, what an annoying. Okay. Start this baby off right.
You ignorant slaves. Finally taken notice, have you? Of the power of my beloved Ocelot, child of dragons. Well, I will not give him up. For he is all that I have.
So yeah, crazy dragon king with his invisible baby. But dragon's weak to lightning, so we'll see how well this goes. Oh, that's good damage.
Dear little Ocelot, where have you gone? Are you hiding from me? Come out. Come out. Don't be afraid.
Wow, I already took him to phase 2. Damn, that did a lot of damage. And that did a lot of damage too. Perfect. Okay, but my buffs are gone, so won't be doing as much damage as before. Ah, shit. Dunzo. Easy peasy. Not even worried about it, not even a little bit. Man, those buffs did a lot to contribute to that fight. I've never seen him... Like, I know they're... Well, speedruns probably don't even bother with him since he's optional. Unless you do 100%. Or all bosses. But, like... Damn, I've never seen him taken down so fast. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm pretty good. I'm basically the coolest who's ever lived. No, I'm kidding. So it's worth pointing out that these are fresh corpses. So that gesture will allow us to go to an optional area. The entrance to which is back near the... it's back in the Aerothil dungeon. So...
Only 1-6 minutes late.
Hey, Blue. That's not so bad. You did miss a boss, though. I just beat one. Hi, Blue.
In 1-6 minutes?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. But no, the area before it was pretty short, and I took him down surprisingly quickly. I wasn't expecting to be able to do that. But you did get to see this, which is much more important. So do you recognize this place? Also, I forgot to ask. How are you? How are you doing? How's your day going?
Yes. From Dark Souls 1?
Not quite.
It's from a Dark Souls game. Laugh.
It's actually from this one. This is, I'll just run back here really quick. Yeah, we've technically been here before. If you'll remember, this coffin was the one that we got up out of at the beginning of the game.
This is the start of the game?
Yep. Just all the lights went out. And it's full of tougher enemies.
Like a pineapple.
I'm gonna die. Might be worth it to try the pause unpause trick.
You're getting mauled by ducks.
I'm fine. I had complete faith in myself the entire time. Ooh. Another chonk. So, Blue, I know you missed the exposition at the start of the stream, but off stream, I went around and went around to 1 or 2 new areas and grabbed some upgrade items to get our axe to +10, which is the highest it can go. So that's why we're doing a bit more damage. I also died 3 times, so the death count's up to 19.
Nice.
I got petrified. I fell off a cliff, and I got attacked in a bog. And that last one was rough.
In 1/6 mins?
No. Yesterday, off stream. Wow, you put up an amazing fight. Oh,
You
let's
died
show.
off stream.
Yes, I did. Legitimately this time. Oh, and it looks like
Reporting you to Twitch.
It looks like my the Wi-Fi on my computer is down again. So really quick. Okay. Oh, I have to take that off. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So we're back to this. I don't usually do this because I hate it, but if my PC's Wi-Fi is going to be acting up this entire time, I'm not going to take a risk. God, there's so much less of the screen to work with. Why isn't that working? Why is text-to-speech gone now? Did I turn that off? Hold on. I don't think I did. Maybe it's just because it's on now. Yeah, okay. So I guess when comments are displayed on stream, you don't get text-to-speech. Good to know. Wow, that guy took 900 damage from one attack.
That's done.
It's fine. If you can see it on the screen, you don't need to be able to hear it. Oh, someone's shooting at me while I'm trying to adjust. It's awfully rude. Okay, we're gonna use some of these heals. Because we can't afford to lose any more of our flasks. You're dumb. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Big number. Okay, so remember the guy with the katana that we fought at this beginning of the game? He's back. In phantom form.
Phantom pain.
Should we bring him along for this boss fight? Spoilers, there's a boss fight. Keep in mind, I only have 4 Estus flasks.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Usually I wouldn't, but... Oh, hey, friend. Let me switch around one of the gestures. I mean, it's an axe, but that looks just as cool. Okay. Remember this guy? He's back. In Pog form.
What does Pog mean?
Ow. That's actually a Simpsons joke. There's an episode where Bart sells his soul to Milhouse. And Milhouse sells Bart's soul to Comic Book Guy. In exchange, he gets some Pogs, which are a 90s toy. They're just little discs with faces on them, basically. That was a good block.
Alright.
A good thing that didn't happen to me. Oh, he healed himself. I'm about to fall off the cliff. This dude's doing Tetsu Zankos. Ow. There we go. So there's one of the best weapons from Dark Souls 1. We're not going to be using it, but it's really good. Oh, hold on. I gotta do this. I don't think I made it. Okay. So this area is not done. Just because we got here. But I am going to go back to the real one. So this one's still here.
Welcome home, Ashley.
Also, we're sitting on almost 200,000 souls. Oops.
Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Alright, we finally got a 5th spell slot. And it only took 10 levels.
You might wanna exchange them, laugh.
Yeah. Stamina? Yeah, that's fine.
Farewell, Ashmead.
We're going to exchange Life Hunt Scythe for Wrath of the Gods. Because it takes up 2 slots, and I like this spell. Because it's real good. And also, I used Life Hunt Scythe a total of once, and I didn't even attack someone with it, so... Oops. Alright, let's head back. Blue, I don't know if you've tried it yet, but... the pause, unpause trick for the stream delay might help. I don't know. I think I already said that, though.
Yeah, already tried it.
Okay. Alright. So we're back to the first area in the game, covered in darkness. It's basically Kingdom Hearts. This guy's not paying attention. Because he's dumb.
Everlasting darkness.
His axe is slightly bigger than mine. But at least mine can hit something. Oh man, those would be fun games to stream. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Not 3 though. I didn't really like 3. I think 2 is definitely the best, but let's not talk about that. I don't want to get into a Kingdom Hearts discussion. Yeah, I knew I was going to take a hit there. So there's...
How dare thee have an opinion?
I know. It's basically
Just kidding,
blasphemy.
Laugh.
So there's no more boss in this area. But there are just a bunch of Black Knights. That I do want to kill before we move on. My friend. That's a big smack.
To be honest, I agree story-wise, but gameplay-wise, 3 is still my favorite.
I get it. I disagree, but that's fine. I think this is the Chaos Blade? Hell yeah. Okay, so I know I don't have the... Oh, I do have the stats to wield it. Interesting. Fuck it. So, this is my favorite katana from Dark Souls 1. Right off the bat, you can see it has A scaling and dexterity, and a relatively low requirement for it. This weapon gets up to S scaling, which is the best it can get. And it also just has really good stats. It's also got a really dope moveset, and it's got this, like, it's got a bunch of red all over it. It was really sick. It's also longer than normal katanas. And also, this is a parry. But the drawback for this weapon is every time it hits an enemy, you lose a little bit of HP. But it's not enough to warrant, like... It's not enough to worry about. That's one of my favorite weapons in Dark Souls 1, alongside the Baldur's Side Sword.
But what if you die?
You won't die. That weapon kills everything fast enough that you have enough time to heal. Now, I think there's a Black Knight right around this corner here, or a dog. It was neither. There's nothing here. The Black Knight's down there. And he's guarding an item, so... let's just be extra mean to this guy. Ow. Double out. So that's a hornet ring. Oh, shit, I never noticed this sword here. Are you serious? Wow, I never noticed this sword here. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So...
help, I am but a plebeian.
Okay. Before I move anymore, I'll explain it. So in Dark Souls 1, the DLC had you going back in time to when a bunch of the Knights of Gwyn were still around. The four knights were Ornstein, who you fought in the main game. Ciaran, who was a female assassin. Go, or Goff, who was a giant blind archer. And Artorias, who was just like a normal knight with a greatsword. Except he was like the baddest dude ever. And the second boss of the DLC was Artorias. And he had that sword that was sitting on the grave there. So when you kill him, he drops his soul, like most bosses do. And when you come back to the arena after you've killed him, if you go back to the arena where you killed him after you leave and come back, Ciaran will be there. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name, by the way. Ciaran will be there, and she will offer her armor set and the hornet ring in exchange for his soul. So the fact that his sword and that ring are there means that their grave moved there somehow. Next to Firelink Shrine, which didn't exist for several thousand extra years. So right off the bat, you'll notice a couple things. First of all, there's no bonfire here. There's no Firekeeper. There's no Andre. This knight's not here. None of the Lords of Cinder are there. Ludlith's not here. Yol's not here, and neither is Yuria. But you know who is here? It's the Handmaiden.
We're gonna die.
Well, fancy that. A lost lamb wandereth in, with nary a peep from the bell. Well, thou shouldst my purpose know. What can this old handmaid provide thee?
So her items here, once again, are different. Her inventory is significantly smaller, but significantly more interesting. Once again, this armor set is the armor set of Artorias, who I was just talking about.
To skirt the curse's grasp, tarry not for long. 'Tis dark for now, and not a soul stirs, but remember, fires are known to fade in quiet. Or perhaps thou'rt captive already, like the poor girl. To skirt the tatties, like
Okay.
the best not.
So, if I had got here to this point in the game without talking with the handmaid at the regular Firelink Shrine, her dialogue would be different.
Best.
But again, that wouldn't mean anything to you if you hadn't already, played the game once and experienced her regular dialogue. Oh, let's read this armor set. So, armor of a knight tainted by the dark of the abyss. The twilight blue cape is damp and will ever remain so. A vanquished knight left behind only wolf's blood and his legacy of duty. The undead legion of Pharaon was formed to bear his torch, and the armor of these abyss watchers suggests their own eventual end. So I'm just going to put all this on really quick just to show how sick rad Artorias was. So imagine this, but with a much bigger shield and a much bigger sword. And then just imagine him flipping around and holding it with one arm. That's Artorias.
I've seen this in Fanart.
Yeah. I'm not at all surprised. Anyway, here's our look for the rest of the game. This helmet goes much better with this armor set. They still never fixed that, but that's fine. So there we picked up the Eyes of a Firekeeper from someone who appears to have had their eyes gouged out. Spectacular. Let me just double check. The poise and stats on this are better.
That cape is amazing.
It's actually not the cape, it's the veil from the helmet. And this veil we got from
that veil is amazing.
The dancer that we fought at the end of the last stream. And yeah, I absolutely agree. I think the blue armor and the blue veil go really well together. It looks rad. This is also, again, this is the look I finished my first playthrough with. Except I had a great sword and a great shield. Just want to triple check for items. So this door is unopenable despite the fact that we have the key for it. But they didn't take out this tree. This jump is pretty tricky, though. Ah. And I don't even remember if going up here is worth it in this. That wasn't even... Okay, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. So the coiled sword fragment, which we picked up from the burnt out bonfire here, is just an infinite version of a homeward bone. I thought if I tried to trick the game into thinking I wasn't going to try anymore. So in most, I guess 2 out of 4, so not most, half. There we go. In a handful of the Dark Souls games, you get an item to replace the homeward bones, just for free and infinitely. In Dark Souls 2, it was the worn feather that the Emerald Herald gave you. And in this one, it's the coiled sword fragment from the, like, 1,000-year-old burnt-out bonfire at the, you know, in the center of the pitch-black Firelink shrine. So I think one of them has a little more significance. Let me just check to see if there are any items over here. It's actually telling that usually when you would come up here in Firelink Shrine, there would be a nest here where Snuggly, yeah, would talk to you. But they took that out here. And those illusionary walls. But this chest is still here. I forgot to turn off notifications, so that one didn't go away. Sorry about that. I hate that guy's name, but whatever. Okay. Now the lights are back. And we can continue on our merry journey. So, Blue, if you were wondering, the area we beat before you showed up on stream was that way. And there's no reason to go back there ever. This way, however, sucks. And I hate this area. So we're just not going to do it. Bye! Not gonna worry about you. Not gonna worry about you.
I'm glad.
Just gonna sit down at the bonfire and make you disappear. Bye, nerds. So yeah, full disclosure, I've been to this area before. Picked up a bunch of the items. But I'm going to go through the normal route of doing it again, just so you don't miss anything. Here was just like an armor set of rags. I don't remember what this item was. It's probably not important. Wow, those strong attacks do way more damage. I should be doing those.
Nice.
I think this was a Titanite chunk. There's definitely just like at least 5 Titanite chunks around this area. One of them was definitely right here. Also, here's a friend. He's trying to out-axe me. Fortunately, I could avoid him long enough to ask him a question. That was stupid. Okay. So this right here used to be an illusionary wall, but you smack it and it disappears. Here's a painting. It's not cursed, but this dude had a full armor set.
Was it a question of a personal kind?
Yes.
Laugh.
I don't remember what this dude had. And you just drop down here, heal up. Also, I haven't pointed these out yet. These are butterflies. Don't worry about them. So yeah, there was like a Titanite chunk here. Okay.
They don't look like butterflies.
This body definitely had another Titanite chunk on it. One of these had two, and I don't remember which one. Oh, item. Ow. That was 50% of my health. And here's another bonfire, which I've lit before. Okay. So, do you remember that dragon from the start of the game that was guarding a bunch of loot? Well, once you get here, he moves here. It's that one on the left. The one on the right was already here. But once you start to try to run across this bridge here, this one shows up and does this.
Don't kill the dragon.
I literally have to. But not yet. Because progress is this way. We're just gonna no, we're gonna deal with this guy. That's a problem.
Why does fire hurt you? What is that?
So remember at the start of the game when the first boss turned into that? Also, no, we're not made of ashes. We're a person who, like, who messed up trying to link the fire before. And we died. But then we got brought back to do all... Oh, hey, floating box. There was a crystal lizard here before, but I already killed it. Ow. And there's a knife in my arm. I'll just leave it. Turn my light on, actually. Oh, fuck. I looked away for a second and they attacked again. That's a torch. Ow. His body dropped an item, but I don't really care. Okay. And then you're back here. Okay, so this time we're not going to try to drop down and deal with this guy, because this is progress right here. Wow, these guys leave themselves open for so long. I'd really appreciate if you would stop throwing things at me. That guy was just rude. Okay, let's hope we don't die.
Dragons should stop being sacrificed in video games. In this essay I will.
It would be nice. Blue, you better finish that essay. I want to read it. Okay, so I don't remember if any of these are mimics. And I can't see the chains on any of them, so that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Alright, they're all good.
None.
Good stuff. Okay, so now we gotta run across the courtyard. We're not gonna pick up items yet. But we don't want to die, so. Alright, cool, thanks. Okay. He literally just did that one to himself. Wait, who's throwing... Ah, you. Okay, so, Blue, I have bad news. This dragon is, first of all, infected with one of those giant black goop monsters.
New.
And only we passed him.
Newer.
Well, we have to do this to progress anyway. So we're gonna cut out the little tumor here and just like let him free.
Rudy.
Nah, don't worry about this dragon. They're like, you know. Can you come out here, please? Okay. So the dragon is now dead.
Man, those things are weird.
Yeah, they're not great.
Didn't have that and I like that.
Well, it's like... In fact, I'll just come over here to take a second. For some reason... activating the tumor on this one kills it. But it also kills that one. And I'm not sure why.
Sad.
But at least we freed him. Honestly, if there was any other way, just like if we could get rid of the dragons without having to kill their weird pus tumors, I'd do it. But what we've done has cleared up the courtyard for item picking upping. Item picking uppage? I don't know. Are these all just embers? Also, here's a goofy thing you can do. So if you get invaded here and you don't want to fight, you can just hide in the dragon head. Nobody will ever know. Except for all the people I'm sure that have discovered that besides
You're
me.
lost within the dragon.
That's pretty metal, honestly. It's either pretty metal or pretty anime, I can't decide. I just want to take a second to point out how quiet this game can get. Stupid fucking mimics. I hate them so much. By the way, the rest of this stream we're just gonna be whispering. This is an ASMR stream now. No, it's not. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so that's open. This combination here is a bitch to deal with. Let's see. Where is he? Okay, well, there's a guy around here that can buff this guy, and this guy's already buff enough, and I don't want to deal with that. So what we're gonna do is just run away like a huge coward. Oh, there he is. Okay, there's the boss. It's real framey around this area. Oh, fuck. This is a problem.
In an elevator, OMG.
I mean, I deserve that.
2-0.
That does mean I have no idea where my souls are going to be.
A clip.
Oh, man. Okay, well, at least we can travel back to this friendly bonfire back here. I can't believe you've outed me like this. Okay, so at least the elevator hopefully made it to its destination, which means we can just get on it, and that shortcut wasn't for nothing. Also, Blue, I've finally gotten around to looking at, not finally, just like I got around to actually making a checklist for what classes I want to play in Final Fantasy XIV. Also, look at the frame rate drops on this area. It's kind of ridiculous. My list is pretty chunky, honestly. And it's in no particular order, but it's Paladin, Gunbreaker, Dark Knight, so most of the tanks, Monk, Red Mage, Ninja, Samurai, Dragoon, and then Summoner. I don't want to heal. I don't need that stress in my life.
Laugh.
Also, there's another one of those goop monsters. There's no real reason.
To be honest.
We'll go down there a bit later, but not just yet. There's something a little more important we should do first.
No, leave the dragon alone, goo monster.
I mean, the dragon's already dead. We have to go down there and free him. Ah, fuck. Just... Those do so much damage. But yeah, yeah, that list I came up with was like after watching a bunch of seeing what they could do at max level. And I already wanted to play all the tanks. And I remember enjoying Dragoon, so those are on the list by default. But Monk, I like to punch things. I've always liked Dragoon. Red Mage just seems neat because it's got magic and melee. And the stuff it can do is just neat. Ninja, I've heard, is really good if you don't mess up. And Summoner just looks fun.
Summoner is fun.
Have you played it before?
Nerd, but it looks like fun.
I gotcha. Okay. So now this door's opened, we don't have to worry about it later. This, however, we've seen this statue before. Now we can praise the sun. Where is the sun? I don't know. Over there somewhere, maybe.
Praise the sun.
Okay, let's deal with this.
There's an eclipse, there is no sun.
I mean, there's a sun, you just can't see it. Fucking goop bastard. Okay, so both of the dragons are free now. Okay, so the Sunlight Straight Sword is used by the main guy who... Ooh! That's good for us. The Sunlight Straight Sword is used by the main guy who, like, pushes the oh, we're not going that way. Who pushes the like Sunlight Covenant super hard. And the fact that the statue that lets you into the Covenant is around here at all has big implications. And I do think this is the last miracle book. So I think we're going to learn Sacred Oath. One of the best miracles in the game.
Oh, Champion of Earth, do you wish... Oh, you've brought me up now, Tail. What fun.
No. But it does have Bountiful Light, which is good. Magic Barrier is good. I'm just going to get all of these. Where do I get Sacred
glad
Oath?
she's still happy.
Me too. I'm glad we didn't give her any of those dark tomes and drive her completely insane. Dark Souls 3 Sacred Oath. Where do I get this? Because it's really good. Oh, damn it. Alright, well, we're not getting Sacred Oath.
Thank you, and may your soul...
I'm guessing you missed it.
No, it's one of those Covenant. It's a spell we can only get by giving 10 of these to the statue that we just saw. And the only easy way to get them is to play online, and we're just not going to do that. One, because I don't want to. And two, because I somehow doubt I'd be able to find anybody online. So, let's do things online. Let's put this on. Alright, I'm going to take Wrath of the Gods off. Put on this and this. There are ways to get these offline, but they're a pain in the ass, so. I guess we have to go here again. So what happens with Sacred Oath is it increases all damage by 10% and gives you defense. It also would have stacked with Deep Protection, which already also does that. So we'd be, 20% from buffs and then however much damage Lightning Blade gives us. Which would have been rad to have, but it's too bad. I really like Sacred Oath. But it also takes 2 slots, so not worth worrying about. Oh, so now you're taunting me with your own Sacred Oath. Dirtbag. Hey, look what I can do that you won't ever be able to do on this playthrough. Jerk. Alright, let's go fight the boss. Alright. Deep protection. Lightning blade. Replenishment. This is the wrong spell. Whatever. Alright, come here. Ow. Oh god, that does so much damage. Also, now that our buffs are wearing out, we're doing like half as much to him.
It
Fuck.
has a cool name.
Yeah, it does. Totally not a reference to Berserk or anything. No, it's actually not. Fuck you, butterflies. Also, God, I wish you could get that armor in the main game. It's too bad they stuck it in the DLC only. God, I need to blink.
Can the weird butterflies hurt you?
Yep. See, they're doing attacks.
Why are there weird butterflies in the first place?
I'll explain it later. Okay. So.
WHA. They're gone.
Yeah, they died when the armor died. At least those ones did, not all of them did. The Dragon Slayer armor, controlled by the Pilgrim Butterfly, lost its master long ago, but still remembers their sporting hunts. So there was no dude in that armor, but it was being controlled by the butterflies. And the Pilgrim Butterflies, you might remember Yol and all of the dudes who were like cloaked in those like loose, like the really loose outfits where their faces were covered up. Those were pilgrims. So the naming implies that the pilgrim butterflies are like later forms of Yule or some kind of mutation. Okay, so there's a bonfire right there, right? Here's another one. This is the worst bonfire placement I've ever seen. There are two literally in view of each other with no enemies or obstacles in between. They're literally in a straight line with no opposition. It's the dumbest.
Laugh.
Okay, so there are the best weapons in the game. And I want to point out that he wasn't using them. He had a bow and two katanas. But the Goddard twin swords are my choice for the best weapons in the game. They're a pair of really, really good paired weapons. And they start off with terrible scaling. But when you get them to plus 10, and you refine them, I think they get up to BB, which is pretty good. Their moveset's kind of... Well, their moveset's really good. The standard is just a longsword. But the more interesting part about this weapon is its L1. This attack right here, the double stab, does so much damage. It's insane. And if you don't want to do this first attack to get to the double stab, you can do it out of a rolling attack and get the same damage. It's so insane for PvP. It's also got a spin, which you can enhance by doing an R2, which also ends in another double stab. This is 2 button presses. L2, R2. These weapons are so good. I love them so much. Okay, let's go spend our souls again. Theoretically, it's possible that there are only 2 bosses left in the game. But the way we're going to play, there are 4. 4? No, 5.
Welcome, host. Very well then taken.
Okay, we can get 4 levels, so let's dump them into health.
Farewell, admin.
Okay, so we're not going to finish it today, but let's start the Grand Archives. There's absolutely no no way we finish this area in 30 minutes. But we're going to get a decent way through it. I also need to take off replenishment because it's the wrong spell. Yeah, I wanted bountiful light and I put on the wrong thing. Oops. Okay, so remember the crystal sage from earlier? It's back. It's going to antagonize us throughout this entire area. Please look forward to it.
Fun.
And if we didn't have a plus 10 weapon by this point in the game, this area will dole out enough upgrade materials to get one. We're covered in wax. Alright, Blue, you want to see the dumbest prompt in the Soul series? Press X to dunk head in wax. Boop!
Yes.
Fantastic.
Press X to pay respects.
So, what the wax head does is makes it so these evil
What
book
do you
hands
do
don't
now
attack
with
us.
the waxy head?
I don't know why.
Why?
But I
Laughing.
could assume, or I could guess, it's because the wax is just like sealing off of, it's sealing off your head to the evil knowledge the books are presenting? Question mark? I don't know, man. Dark Souls is stupid. But this will wear off eventually. Thankfully, there's more than just one place to dunk your head in wax. Where's the item I'm looking for? There it is. Power within. Okay, so Power Within is a pyromancy that will increase your damage in exchange for
Reminds me of Link.
ticking your health down.
All the pot smashing.
So every second you'll lose HP. And you can't turn it off. But the increase in damage is insanely good.
If you get hit, does the wax run out?
No.
Oh, never mind, there it goes.
The wax just runs out after a length of time. It's not based on taking damage. Let's see if we can get rid of this guy right here. Perfect. Got rid of him in 2 cycles. And he doesn't respawn. So that problem is solved. Ow. Ow. I have to sneeze. I still kind of have to sneeze, but it's not going through. It's gone. What does that do? Well, now I'm curious. What does this do? Ooh. Okay. So the homeward bones are worthless now because we just have an infinite version of them. But if we hadn't gone through the trouble of going through the side and dark areas, yeah, sure, that'd be useful. So now some of these books are on the floor. And I've never seen a more obvious illusionary wall. So that knight specifically is guaranteed to drop all of its armor, which is good. And Soulstream is one of the strongest sorceries in the game, but we're not a sorcery user, we're a miracle user. Speaking of which, time for a quick sip. I'll run over here and grab this, despite the fact that... Oh, okay, never mind. We could drop down here to get that crystal lizard, but we don't really need to. What we do need to do is move this elevator. So this shortcut takes us all the way back down to the first area, right next to the bonfire. So we can take that that elevator up to make our progress again. But since we're here, and the area is relatively...
I demand a waxy head.
Okay, fine. Oh yeah, that regen's much better. Okay, so since we're here, and we've unlocked a couple shortcuts, let's explore the area for items. Ooh, that's a really good one. Glad I checked that. I didn't know about that one. Okay. We still have 7 Estus flasks. I think we're good. Let's go back to the elevator and head up.
Waxy head for the win.
Waxy head is quite good. Stop that. Whoops. Yeah, it's too bad the waxy head mechanic is limited to only this area.
You have 100k souls.
I know. Okay.
It's funny seeing a waxy head and you not drowning.
Yeah, yeah. It's a pretty interesting decision to make this the solution. And then try to explain away a lore reason. It's gone again. Huh. Oh, by the way, wax slows you down. An insane amount. I'm fine, totally planned.
I mean, I can see why covered in wax can slow you down.
Okay, I need to not be here. That was almost a death. Where's that other shortcut? Oh wow, what's this? Oh, okay, never mind. I could have sworn... I guess I don't know where that shortcut is. Oh well. Ooh! I got their flame hammer, that's lucky. Okay, so this gargoyle I've had fall through the floor here before. You can probably see why, considering the terrain. Okay. Well, I only got one, but... Why am I slow? I hate fighting these things. Alright then. Anyway.
Cool statue.
Okay, so this rooftop's a trap. There's two of them on here. Solution? Ignore them. Right. There's another shortcut. Why are these here? Oh no, what a good trap. I never saw it coming. Fuck, that's so much damage. Oh well. That's what the shortcuts are for.
2-1. Ripperoni.
That was like, what, 130k souls? That's fine. Let's go run back and get it. Kill that guy. And end the stream. Okay, bye, I guess. By the way, if you look on the left here, right where this door opens, right above my head, you can see there's nothing there, but when I step out, the switch will pop up into existence. It's weird.
It may be the angle.
It might be, but I also just don't think that that switch exists until you're out of the elevator. Wow, what a good trap you guys did. Okay, let's see if we can kill this guy really quick. Because these guys are 2 for 2 on killing me. Or 2 for 3, I guess. If you buff, you lose. Dummy. Okay. So, here's a courtyard. There are 3 NPCs here. One's a big strong knight. I can actually show them off from here. Big strong knight with an axe. Fast guy with 2 katanas and a magic user. We're just gonna run past them and take an elevator. We'll come back for them later. Ow. But right now, I just want to end the stream, my dude. And we're back to the first bonfire. And that other stupid one over there that's completely worthless in every way.
Please.
So let's turn in 140,000 souls. And see what that gets us. Maxed out vigor, probably.
Welcome us. Very well. Then take.
Nope. We're 3 levels short, but that's fine.
Farewell, Ashen Maiden.
Alright. So that's where I'm going to end the stream today. I know it's 2 minutes short, but... Anyway. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for streaming. Laugh.